Welcome one and all to the Al McGuinness Sports Center for this contest as part of this presentation of the Nova Scotia U16 AAA Hockey League in partnership with High Button Sports. It's the Cabot Highlanders playing host to the Martello Buccaneers. Both teams are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Cabot sits at 4th place out of 12 teams with a record of 17-3-2, and the Martello Buccaneers are in 7th with a record of 13-9-1 as we get set the national anthem to start things off here in this matchup. A little bit of one for the blooper reel to start things off as the referees and linesmen a little bit late to get the nets in order, but they will quickly get them in place to start this contest. Once again, as I said, 3-2 in the last 5 games for both these teams, and both teams are going to put some wins together before playoff time starts rolling around upcoming in the calendar year. The Cabot Highlanders on the left hand moving right with the blue, white, and green jerseys, and the Martello Buccaneers out of St. Margaret's Bay in the black and gold. Lining up at center ice, here we go. Off and running here, the Buccaneers get a hold of it, try to get it into the offensive zone. Mumbercat try to get a stick on that. Roach sweeps it into the zone as it's stopped up by Burchill. Off the wall, Myra holds the line, fires a shot well wide, looking for a tip possibly. That one swept in front. Through everybody, Roach picks it up, drops to that point. Myra, a drive, blocked in front, a rebound chance, looking to clear it to Cabot. It's taken away now by the Buccaneers once more. Chipping it off the wall, looking to get the cycle play going. That one picked up here by Cabot, looking to clear. McCory unable to get it past the forechecking effort as Myra moves it across. Quick drive from distance, deflected wide. As that one swept in, picked up by the Cabot defense. As out comes Nodisi. Sawyer Nodisi dumps it in and gets a line change for his group. Off the wall, Myra looking to reset here for the Buccaneers. Near side, Mumbercat to Roach. Roach to McClellan, chipping in and off the ceiling beam for a stoppage in play. Once again, a lot of teams used to those high ceilings in the modern arena, and an older style barn like the Al McGuinness Sports Center has those low ceilings. It's quick to catch a ceiling beam on a chance to clear the puck. And what would customarily be a dump in, Probert gets it off the draw. Nice dancing move to the inside shot, and a great pad save there by Burchill. In tight. As the Buccaneers looking to set the tone early here with some rush opportunities, as that one moved over to the far side, and Cabot looking to exit the zone. Still unable to clear. Jones moves it behind. Landry. Near side. Gets past Dodge on defense of the Buccaneers out into the zone. And that'll be an icing call here against Cabot. And Morrison adjusting his neck guard here to make sure everything's in place before this face-off. Morrison on the draw. Near side, Boyle looking to move it to his defensive partner as Landry tries to clear. Off the wall, picked up here by the Buccaneers on defense. Off the wall. Morrison chips it ahead. Good hard body check to start things off. And that one looked to have caught the bench possibly, and we'll elicit a whistle here. And a neutral zone face-off. Roach on the draw. Lachlan Roach, number 12 of the Buccaneers, leads them in scoring this season with 24 points in 22 games, including leading them in goals with 11 on the season. Trying to get started on the forecheck there, move out to neutral ice. Chopped at there. Landry picks it up. And Daniel Landry leads the defense in points for Cabot Highlanders with 17 in 21 games. As that one ring into the corner, picked up here by the Buccaneers. Hard outlet pass all the way across and doesn't find the intended target. Looking for an icing call. They're not going to get it here, as the puck was looked to have been played by one of the Cabot players. Off the wall, Roach gains a hold of it, moves it down low. Here's the chance. Pass in front of the great active stick there by Havercourt. Outlet play off the glass, picked up and cleared out to neutral ice. Havercourt's trying to skate it down. Looking like there was an interference behind the play there, as two players got caught in a collision there. And both have recovered. Looked to be unintentional. And so now a quick line change for the defensive players for Cabot as they set up in the offensive zone for this draw. Murray on the face-off, trying to win it back. Taken by the Buccaneers, off the wall. Highlanders get a hold of it and fire it into the zone. Cabot Highlanders on the attack, looking to establish a forecheck here as they get in deep. Going to wrestle that puck loose. Wraparound shot, they score! And the Highlanders open the scoring here with a wraparound through the 5-hole. And it looks like it's Jameis Beaton with the goal. So Cabot opens the scoring here early in the first. Getting the crowd and the team into the game right away. And trying to put the Buccaneers on the back foot early here after they had started with a little bit of an advantage in the forechecking effort as Krause fires a shot deflected into the corner with the stick by Burchill. Picked up by Cabot, clearing it onto the near side wall. Chopped out there, back to the defense as Nodesty gets checked. Sullivan tries to get a stick on that. Nodesty dumps it into the corner, covered up and held by Fitzgerald. So Brendan Fitzgerald getting the start in goal for the Martello Buccaneers. Got a 2.18 goals against average and a .924 save percentage on the season thus far heading into this game. He's our go-to guy here on the statistics department to try to get a win here on the road against Cabot. And of course, this is a doubleheader, another game coming at you live at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow as the Highlanders face off against the Buccaneers once again for a 2-game homestand. Quick shot, blockered aside by Fitzgerald. Here come the Buccaneers. Down comes Mumbercat out hustling down the wing. Sweeps it in front. A good active stick there by Burchill. Steered it into the corner. Looking to clear. Roach chasing it down here for the Buccaneers. Gains possession, turns and spins it off the near wall to McClellan. McClellan chops at it off the far side wing. Dodds chips it into the zone for a dump and chase effort as Burchill stops it up behind for Landry off the wall. Picked off by McClellan. He sweeps it back in to the front. And Murray on that. Off the wall. Picked up here looking to center. Roach picks it up, skates in wide, and shoots it there against the grain shot well wide. Mumbercat follows it up, puts it to the point. Off the wall, picked up hard, check there, follow through. Here's a chance. Moving in, shot, they score! What a shot! And the Highlanders get their second of the game here early. And it's Cade Tuinard with a ripper of a wrist shot over the glove-hand side of Fitzgerald. And the Highlanders lead the game 2-0 here in the first. What a statement here to open the game for the Cabot Highlanders. Cade Tuinard showing some offensive chops on that shot. Theo Heropoulos trying to move it in here for the Buccaneers. Dumps it in and now they go to work. Trying to establish a cycle here. Morrison behind the goal. On to the point. Move to Murphy. Murphy a drive blocked by McClellan. Painfully so. Another chance. In front, chopping at it. What action here in the first. Moved ahead. Taken away by Probert. He dumps it in for the Buccaneers and escapes out to neutral ice and all the way down as Bailey has to get after it here for Martello Buccaneers on the near side for Probert. Picked off there. Still gets ahead. Hard check there. Bailey on it. Dumps it in there and gets a line change for the defensive unit of the Buccaneers. Off the wall, Havercourt chips it ahead to neutral ice. Picked off in the corner. Nodesty after it, rims it around on the near side wall. Myra holds the line. He got a body check for good effort there by Phillips. As that one swept aside. Back to neutral ice. Roach turning with it now. Leading goal scorer for the Buccaneers. Trying to set up his defense. Great forechecking effort once again on display here by Cabot, trying to take away the time and the space of the defensive unit of the Buccaneers and force mistakes out of that decor. That gets fired there on the far side wall, fired back in. And a hard check there in front of the Cabot Highlanders bench to a roar of applause from the Cabot bench as Myra dumps it in. Hard check on Myra by Phillips once more. Phillips trying to extend there. And that one out of his reach. Whistled down on the icing call. So face off in the Highlanders' end here. Mahoney on the draw in the offensive zone for the Buccaneers. Defensive draw win there for Cabot as they gain possession. Landry outlet play. Here they come up the ice to neutral ice. Chipped in by Phillips. Stopped up by Fitzgerald for his defense. Near side wall. Buccaneers looking to clear. Stopped up. Here comes Poirier. Backhand feed looking for Murray in front. It was blocked by the Bucks defense as Landry gains possession here. Outlet pass picked off. Sullivan fires it in the zone. That's stopped up behind the Cabot net here, looking to gain a zone entry as Landry moves aside. Down the right wing, check there and knocked under the glass, but he stays on his feet, delivers a body check of his own in the corner. Bucks looking to clear. Poirier holds the line and keeps it alive here for Cabot. Beaton chasing it down. Chip to the defensive side, out to neutral ice, and here come the Bucks the other way. It's Sullivan. Centering pass, and Mahoney unable to get the shot away there as he was stick checked. Spun off the near side. Murphy on the forecheck. Chops at it, and he sailed that one wide. Bailey on the point. Hard check there just outside the blue line. Murray on it now. Backhand feed, a risky play in front. Poirier quick to react there and get a hold of it, but it's shot there, deflected, and a great save reactionary there by Burcho as he covers that one for a whistle. Shots are even at 5 apiece to start the first, but Cabot with the advantage of those 2 quick goals to start things off. Roach on the draw. Wins it back to Murphy across. Bailey shoots it, looking for a tip. That goes wide. Murphy on the pinch, trying to hold the line. Mumbercat there to help out. It's out to neutral ice, and Bailey retrieves that. Bailey. Pass to McClellan. Chipped ahead by Roach. Trying to follow it up. On to the point, Bailey. Knocked off the puck. Moved across, near side. As Cabot looks to clear. Outlet play from McCory. Just past him. Into the zone. That'll be whistled down on the icing. On face-off taking place to the right of the goaltender, Burchill. As Morrison sets up at the circle for the Bucks. Draw win there from McCory defensively. Moves across left defense side, chopped out into the ceiling beam once again for a stoppage in play. So we reset the draw here on the to the left of the goaltender, Hugh Burchill. Morrison once more on the draw. Another win there for McClellan this time. Here come the Cabot Highlanders. Banked off the wall, and Jones trying to chase it down in the forecheck here, but he's not going to be able to avoid the icing once again here. So we'll reset in the Cabot Highlanders zone once again. Off the draw taken by Probert. He skates in at the corner, trying to center it in front. Goes all the way down to neutral ice, and Myra has to chase it down here for the Bucks. Here comes Morrison. Knocked off the puck by McClellan. Behind the goal, fired around to Tuinard. It escapes him all the way down. Chasing it down is Bellin. Bellin for the Buccaneers now. Spins. With forechecking effort here as Tuinard gets on it. Morrison back to the defense once again. Picked off by Tuinard. Tuinard spins it behind the goal, looking to establish a cycle here of the Cabot Highlanders as Jones delivers a body check in the corner. McCullen there to help out. Tipped wide of the goal, into the corner it goes again. Myra. High outlet play, picked off by Modesty, and that one played with a high stick, so it'll be whistled down. Face off in neutral ice just outside of the Buccaneers zone as Stewart sits up on the draw against Roach. Draw win for the Highlanders as that quick drive gloved down by Fitzgerald and forced to cover as the Highlanders were in on him aggressively on the forecheck. Another offensive zone draw here for the Cabot Highlanders as Stewart sets up against Roach here in the offensive zone. Chopped at by Roach. Finds the right wing here to Pridham. Pridham fires it in, covered there by Burchill. So he had some Buccaneers hounding him there, forced to cover. And a defensive zone draw to ensue for Cabot. Picked up here, move near side. As Havercourt dumps it into the corner. Defends against a check from Pridham and got the better of him there. It was taken far side by the Buccaneers the other way. Move near side. Dodge looking to turn it there. Off the wall. Roach moves inside. Slides it, looking for Pridham. Picked off here by Stewart. Stewart moved ahead, fired in by the Highlanders. And an icing call against them once again. So the referee's just trying to get the correct players back onto the ice surface, not able to get the line change of the Highlanders. So some tired legs on the ice for Cabot. See if the Bucks can capitalize on that with an offensive zone draw win and a quick play on net. Cabot, good defensive win. Here they come the other way. Havercourt looking to dance. Knocked off the puck. Looking to get a line change and stride. Looking to catch him sleeping here. As move the inside. Quick shot by Krause goes wide. Another shot deflected into the netting by the stick of Burchell. Logan Mahoney on the draw here for the Buccaneers. In the offensive zone, wins it back. Moving on the near side, just out of reach. It's fired back in for a dump and chase effort, but it's picked off there by Murray. Cabot looking to reset in their own zone. Backhand feed to the right wing side. Poirier moves it ahead for Cabot. And Beaton unable to make a play there. He gets checked. So tried to retrieve that. Here come Cabot the other way. And down is Murray in the corner. Murray drops it off. Worked behind to try to start a cycle here as Krause turns with it. Defends against a check. Krause moves it ahead. Picked up by the Cabot defense. Murray checked by Beaton, but he got the better of him. He got moved out to neutral ice. Picked off. Cabot looking to gain a step as that one off the near side wall. Picked up by Myra now. Myra spins it on the near side. Knocked off the puck momentarily there as it's picked up here by Sullivan. Myra skates it down. Chips it on the near side. Mahoney unable to make a play as McGinnis fires it in for Cabot. Buccaneers looking to clear. Dropped off. Here's a play coming the other way. Could be a 2-on-1. Hustling back there was McCory for the back check. He works in below his own goal line. Turning with it. McCaddy now. Raleigh McCaddy moves down his off wing. Tries to gain a step, trying to make a move. He was picked off by the Buccaneers defense as Myra got a stick on that. Moves it ahead to Roach. Roach, 1 against 2 here. Tries to make a couple moves. Good defensive effort by Cabot. A hard check in the corner there. Is taken by Cabot once again. Here they come the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. McCaddy firing a shot from distance. Glove saved by Fitzgerald. And he holds on for the whistle. As a couple extracurriculars here as Modesty and Roach get in the mix. Officials quick to break that one up. The mind game's underway here in the first. McCullough on the draw in the offensive zone against Roach. Shot off the draw by Tuinard goes wide as Jones get after it on the forecheck. Spun in, picked off by Roach now as he looks to gain a step. He clears it out to Landry who kicks it ahead. Like a soccer pass there to Tuinard. Roach held on the point. Nice couple of moves there. Looking to spin it in front. It's loose. Picked up by Landry on the point. Quick drive. Save made by Fitzgerald. He holds on. Fitzgerald with a healthy shot there. And the Cabot forwards in front. McCullough on the face-off dot in the offensive zone against Morrison. Chopped ahead there into the Buccaneers bench for a stoppage in play. And we'll reset in the defensive end here for the Buccaneers. And McClellan's going to get tossed in the draw here. Onto the point, shoveled into the corner. McCullough after it. Swept in front, knocked off by the defense. It's picked off. Here's a chance. Unable to get the shot away. Probert on the wall. Checked by Tuinard. Here come Cabot again. McCullough to the point. Quick drive from distance. Glove safe. Fitzgerald, and he covers. Holds on to that one for another stoppage. And another offensive zone draw for Cabot. McCullough on the draw against Morrison. And McCullough gets tossed again here as Tuinard steps in. Win the draw back for Cabot. Knocked off the puck. Here's Probert looking to catch him sleeping. Down his off wing. Probert, quick shot. That one goes wide as it was knocked off by the defense. Moving pass. Chipped ahead to Tuinard. It could be a break. Here comes Tuinard alone. Save made. A rebound chance looking to bank it, and that one goes wide. Here come the Buccaneers the other way. Outlet play for Probert down the wing. Probert, a shot. Save made with the pad by Burchill as Cabot comes the other way now in transition. Moving on the left wing side. Pass in front. Tuinard to get a backhand shot. Save. Rebound chance in front. Another save. Another chance. Here's another one, and that one stopped as well. Chaos here in front of the Buccaneers net as quite a few extracurriculars here after that play. As things getting out of hand here. Officials might be calling some penalties here, I'm not sure, but that's the usual mind games here that always take place at the Almaguinna Sports Center. And it looks like the crowd has come to see the Cabot Highlanders play here as we got a healthy crowd here. And as the ported crowd for the Cabot Highlanders games usually have to travel to Port Hawkesbury for their home games. And that's brought to you by High Button Sports as well. And a shout out to their commentator Emmett McIver, who does a lot of their most of their home games for the Cabot Highlanders. As that's out to neutralize, picked up again by Murray, moved across. Chopped out there by Phillips into the corner. As Dodge skates after it. Hounded there. Here come the Buccaneers down the wing. It's Curtin. Curtin dumps it in for the Bucks. Stopped up on the wall. Picked up by Cabot now as they skate out. Knocked off and back into the corner it goes. As Nodesty turns with it now. Sets it up for his defensive partner. Outlet play and chipped into the zone. Got a stick on that, so no icing called. Bailey turns with it now, looking to clear. Beaton trying to get a stick on that. Mahoney retrieves off the wall for Pridham, but it's just ahead of him. And that'll be an icing call here against the Buccaneers. Murray on the draw against Mahoney. On to the point. Shot from distance. Pound save. Rebound chance in front. It's still loose. Another bank shot. That one off the side of the goal. On to the point. Nodesty. Quick drive. Blocked by Pridham. And now here come the Bucks the other way. Lead pass for Murphy. Look at the skate there against Nodesty. Boyd behind the goal. Turns. Hounded there by Krause. Krause retrieves the puck. On the point to Murphy. Moved across to Bailey, a quick drive all the way through and patted aside into the netting by Burchill for a stoppage in play. And a full line change for the Cabot Highlanders for this defensive zone draw. Shots are 13-9 so far in favor of the Cabot Highlanders. We have the advantage in scoring thus far with 2 on the board. By Beaton and Tuinard. That one on the near side. Myra. Back down it goes. Landry tried to get a stick on that. Sullivan on it first. Landry chips it out. Quick drive from distance. Blocked off in front. Landry. Nice move by Landry on the near side for chance for McCaddy. Knocked off by Mahoney. Down the corner it goes. Boyle picking that up. Chipped out to neutral ice. Sullivan stops it up, looking to make a play. As the Buccaneers advance the play into the offensive zone for a dump and chase. Here comes Cabot. Off the wall into the corner. McCaddy making chase against Carter Myra. The near side wall. Backhand feed. Here comes Mahoney. And that's going to be offside as McClellan was a step ahead of the play. A face-off taking place in neutral ice just outside of the Highlanders zone. Off the draw, McClellan advances. Quick drive, blocker to side, a rebound chance in front. Cleared by Murray. Outlet play to neutral ice. Dodge stops that up. Roach chips it off the wall. Finds McClellan with an inside-out move. A backhand poke check there by Burchill. Clearing attempt all the way out to Tuinard. It could be a break for him again. It's the second one of the game. Coming in. Tuinard a shot. And that one, great stick check there. Poke check rather. Another hard check behind the goal. Tuinard again with the puck. Trying to clear it in front. McClellan on it. Moves it to Mumberket. Mumberket down the right wing side. Slides it to Roach. Roach back in. Moving a great save there by Burchill sliding across on that rush opportunity there for the Buccaneers. Great action back and forth here in the first period of play. Morrison on the face-off dot for the Bucks. Gets a hold of it now and moves it onto the point. Quick drive by Bailey, tipped over the glass, or over the net rather, and into the glass as Boyd chases it down defense, gets a check for good measure to Theo Heropoulos. Good forecheck here by the Bucks, looking to get that puck loose as Theo Heropoulos and Morrison go to work. Morrison trying to center, knocked off. Phillips takes a body check. Probert in, trying to center. And one picked off here by Cabot, looking to clear. Great pressure here by the Buccaneers in response near the close of the first. On the point, Murphy shoots from distance. Slightest tip there by Probert. And Burchill was quick to close the wickets there. As Theoropoulos in the corner. Morrison there to help him out. Great forechecking effort here by the Buccaneers. Hard press to start a cycle here onto the point. Murphy, shot from distance, glove saved by Burchill, and he holds on with 38.3 left in the opening frame. Once again, the extracurriculars after the whistle here as mind games are as much of an advantage as the actual physical game oftentimes. Roach on the face-off dot. Up against Sam Murray. On to the point, quick drive, deflected, save, a rebound chance, it goes wide through the blue paint. Burchill still down, and that's going to be whistled down. And a goaltending is down here as Burchill was tackled there by Roach. That's our first penalty of the game, it looks like. As Roach is going to go to the box here. And the Buccaneers don't like the call here. Either way, it's going to be a power play opportunity here for the Cabot Highlanders during the last 27 seconds here of the first period, likely extending into the second if they don't score in these next 27. As that one taken onto the point, moved across to Landry. Landry a shot, blocker aside, rebound chance, loose in front, another shot. Bank play, picked off here and cleared down the ice for the Buccaneers. On that quick attempt by the Highlanders. Murray, near side to Landry, looking to get up the ice quick and get a shot away as that tipped into the corner. Jones after it against Dodge. And that'll do it here for the first period of play. And a hard check into the wall there as Dodge shaken up there on that play as that'll be another penalty here, this time going against Cabot at the close of the period. Likely nullifying the power play here to go into that second. And Dodge seems to be okay as he gets back to his feet and makes his way to the bench. That'll do it here for the first period of play. We'll go to our first intermission. Once again, a thank you to all our sponsors who make these streams possible. So a 2-0 lead for the Cabot Highlanders heading into that second period. We'll be back shortly after this intermission break.
Highlanders penalty.
And the Highlanders and the Buccaneers make their way back onto the ice surface for this second period of play. And of course, Andrew Jones was penalized for that check in the corner against Dodge to close that first period. So the power play that Cabot had will be nullified here, as we'll have a minute 34 of 4-on-4 hockey to start the second period. Off the draw, Tuinard skates after in the corner. Picked up here by Sullivan. Moved on to the side. Another play near side for Bellin. Bellin drops it off for Mahoney. Mahoney, quick drive, glove save. So Birchall with his first test of the second period there with that quick shot. Picked up off the draw, Bellin. Sweeps it in the corner for Mahoney. Mahoney, onto the point, Bellin. Back to Mahoney. Mahoney moves it across. As the Buccaneers reset here. Bellin, onto the point. Quick drive and a save made by Birchall for the whistle here. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Buccaneers as Probert sets up on the draw. Up against Sam Murray. Murray wins the draw. Fired hard off the wall on a wraparound chance, and that one's all the way down. Curtin chasing it down here for the Buccaneers. Curtin fakes the pass, picked off. And unable to make a play on that. As Nodesty moves it across near side. Outlet play, look at a stretch pass for Phillips all the way to the goal. Fitzgerald covers that up for the whistle. And a stoppage in play. And these sections of games in the close of the regular season are often the most exciting besides playoffs, as all teams are trying to get a good run going to get some momentum their way and some confidence springing their step to head into the postseason. As sometimes those last few regular season games do feel like playoff intensity, at least approaching playoff intensity, and you want to get in that mindset if you're both teams here. Try to make a good run in the postseason and to start things off, make a good run near the close of the regular season and set yourself up for success in the playoffs. As Bailey moves out to the point, try to clear it ahead. As the Buccaneers set up, quick drive, blocked in front. Theo Heropoulos trying to get a stick on that. Bailey stops up at the point, drive, and that one blocked aside. Another chance to the side for Roach. Unable to corral that as it's fired down out to neutralize. A foot race for it here as Bailey turns with it. Knocked off the puck, he has to reset. He gathers it in. Moves it near side. Off the wall by Murphy. Taken by McClellan, trying to center it for Roach. He checks his man to the ice. Off the wall, back on the point. Moved across to Bellin. Bellin a shot. Save made. Rebound chances loose in front. And taken away now. Another check on McHattie there as McClellan moves it across to the defensive side. Chipped ahead for Roach. Roach down the wing, trying to gain a step. Shoots off the crossbar. Nailed that right off the iron as he beat Birchall on the glove hand side. On to the point, Bellin again. Moves it across. Another shot from distance blocked. Back in the corner, Morrison. Hounded there. Cabot unable to clear just yet. It's a great forechecking pressure here by the Buccaneers. Bellin tries to move it ahead. Finally escapes out to neutral ice. Picked up here. Pass in front, a chance for McCrory, and not able to make the play as he lost it on the toe drag move. Here comes Roach again. Drops it off from McClellan. Quick shot, that goes wide. Roach follows it up, banks it in! Banking it in off the goaltender. Burchill, it's Roach again. That's his team leading 12th goal of the regular season. And also team leading 25th point of regular season play as the Buccaneers pull within one here in the second. It's a big goal to start a momentum swing in this one for the Buccaneers. And that's their point leader, Lachlan Roach, with another one on the board. They cut the lead in half for the Buccaneers. They got one pass in front. It's a spring in their step now. A hard check in the corner there. On the point, Curtin moves it across. Shot from distance, looking for a tip. Mumbercat turns. Tries to make a move, holds on and sweeps it into the corner to establish the cycle once more. Murray on it. Stopped up. Leaves it there. Cabot looking to clear, beaten on it now. Leaves it there. Here comes Poirier down the wing. Poirier a drive and save made by Fitzgerald. He covers it up. For a whistle and a stoppage in play. Murray on the face-off dot. Taken away here by the Bucks, looking to clear. Landry with a body check. Poirier follows it up, tries to clear into the zone. Landry off the wall, all the way down. It was touched up, of course, by the Buccaneers, so no icing call on the play. Picked off here. Bucks clear it, near side Krause. Krause to the neutral ice. Tries to dance, Krause shot, and he sailed that over the goal. What a quick release that was. And number 20 of the Buccaneers, as here comes Tuinard again. Tuinard drags to the outside, to the goal! Tuinard shot, and a great pad save there by Fitzgerald, and a beautiful move by Tuinard. Another shot towards the goal, that one goes wide. A highlight reel move there by Cade Tuinard, looking for his second of the game on that play. Near side Jones. He gets checked and knocked to the ice. Bailey fires it, and that's going to be an offside call against the Buccaneers. Face off in neutral ice just outside of the Cabot Highlanders zone. Jones moved that to the defense. As Modesty clears it into the offensive zone, chasing it down is Jones. Shoots it on goal, and that one off the toe of Fitzgerald into the corner. McClellan. Saucer pass ahead for Mumbercat. Mumbercat trying to center. He gets knocked off the puck. Tuinard turns with it now. Backhands it off the wall, not out. Roach keeps it alive. Spinning it for Mumbercat here on the near side. Here come Cabot the other way. Outlet play all the way down for Tuinard once again, one-on-one. Tuinard tried to dance again, unable to get past Carter Myra. Great defensive play by number 19, holding his ground. Another play to neutral ice, picked off by Tuinard once again. Dumps it into the corner. McClellan turns with it. Drops it off. Phillips trying to establish a forecheck. Off the wall, beaten with possession. Caught out of the air by Havercourt. Taken away by McClellan now. Quick drive, and he sailed that high. About 3 feet over the net, but didn't catch the netting there. Here come the Highlanders. Backhand feed to neutral ice, picked off. Falling up is Phillips. He gets checked by Mahoney. A collision there. Morrison on it. Drops it off. And perhaps that was Probert with the check there instead of Mahoney. My mistake mixing up my numbers there. Is that one taken away once again? Dodge lead pass for Probert. U16 finds Morrison, but off his stick. Dodge chases it down defensively here. And covering it up is Fitzgerald. Another offensive zone here for the Highlanders. McCory setting up on the draw against Roach. The offensive zone face-off for Cabot. Roach wins the draw clean to his defense. Near side wall picked up by Boyle. Boyle moves it across. Fired in by Landry. Glove save there for Fitzgerald as he dropped it off. Another chance in front, a close call. And Fitzgerald covers that up, holds his ground. Another stoppage as a couple of choice words in front of the goal. McCory on the draw against Roach once again. Off the far wall. And that one onto the Cabot bench for another stoppage. Murphy. Outlet play all the way down. And that'll be an icing call against the Buccaneers. Corey on the draw. Picked off here, a quick shot. That one goes wide. Looking for a tip there. Another chance, looking for a wraparound bid. And clearing it there was Gwyn Timothy. Put him on it. Couple chops. Outlet to Gwyn Timothy, unable to make the play. Bailey circles. Avoiding a check from McCory. In comes Roach. Nice inside out move. Roach to the goal. And a save made. A collision there with the goaltender in Burchill. That's another penalty coming up here against Roach. Getting a little too aggressive here on the rush to the goal. And Roach and Landry exchange pleasantries there. So another power play here for Cabot as Roach. That's his second time getting tied up with Hugh Burchill. An aggressive nose for the net, number 12. Gets him in trouble there for his another penalty there as Cabot looks to go to work on the power play. Near side McClellan. On the point to Murray. Back to McClellan. Far side for Landry. Landry dumps it into the corner for Jones. Jones. Back for Landry. Across to Murray. Murray down low. Pass in front, looking for a chop shot there. Back in the corner it goes again. Cabot looking to cycle here. Landry on the point. Quick drive all the way through. Save, rebound, chance, but they score! On the rebound, it's Lucas Havercourt with the goal on the shot from Landry from the point. And Cabot regained their 2-goal lead here on the power play in the second period. The draw. Boyd on it. Fired into the zone.
Power play goal scored by number 11, Lucas Havercourt, assisted by number 88, Daniel Landry, and number 15, Will McClellan.
That one covered up by Fitzgerald. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Cabot Highlanders. Phillips turns with it. Trying to get a shot away. He was stick checked. Near side Boyd. Fires it in the zone and ducking out of the way there was Havercourt. At the wall, Boyd holds the line. Quick drive. Save made by Fitzgerald. Quick to cover it up. As Cabot was trying to pounce on that loose puck. Stewart on the draw. One back, taken here by the Buccaneers now. Mumbercat on the left wing side. Quick shot. One stick to side there by Burchill. Stewart with a body check. Chopped out there. Roach holds the line. Stops up on the point. Sets it up. Down low for McClellan. Bailey chasing it down here for the Buccaneers. Near side point, Roach. Holds the line. Shoots it towards the goal and a tip there by Mumbercat, but it hit his own skate on the follow through. Roach trying to block that lead pass. Here comes Phillips one-on-one. Could be a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2 if they hurry. A quick shot, it goes wide. Another chop there. Straight towards the goal and picked off by the Buccaneers defense as they look to reset here. Good aggressive forecheck by Cabot. Mumbercat spins it for Bailey. Bailey, near side, McClellan. Knocks it ahead. Murray colliding with his own man there, but it's none the wiser there as Murray below the goal line. Fires it far side for Poirier. Poirier looking to clear. Line held there. McCullough now fires a shot, and that went into the netting for a stoppage in play. Shots are 27-25 in favor of the Cabot Highlanders so far in this game. The goaltenders have had their work cut out for them in this one so far. As Probert gets a hold that, sweeps it in for Morrison. Morrison takes a tumble there. It's picked off. Risky pass there. Curtin tipped on goal and a great save there for Burchill. On the near side wall, looking to clear here are the Highlanders. Swept back in the zone by Curtin. Although sweeping it in front off the side of the goal. It could have been a crisp pass there, but it hit the side of the cage. That one skated down here by Dodge, and it's an icing call here against Cabot. Morrison on the face-off dot in the offensive zone. And a false start to the draw here. Looks like McClellan's getting tossed from the face-off dot. Draw win there for the Buccaneers. Curtin a drive, that one deflected wide. Probert chasing it down. Sweeps it in behind the goal. Landry picks it off here for Cabot. Tuinard. Backhands it off the wall, looking to clear. Fired back in the zone by the Bucks. Burchill stops it up behind his own goal. Could be a collision there. There's a chance. Bucks a shot, and that one blocked aside by Burchill. Curtin looking to hold the line there. There's some forechecking pressure now by the Buccaneers as they look to get the cycle established and get a couple chances here. Cabot looking to move out with it. Moving on the far side, picked up by Tuinard. Tuinard skates in. Hustled after in the corner. On the point, held the line. A quick shot blocked there by his own man in Tuinard. As Morrison retrieves that. Outlet play picked off by Beaton. Moves it across. Chipped out of the zone. Foot race forward here as Poirier tries to get ahead. Beaton on the point. Holds the line. Steps in, tries to move it across. Picked off there by Probert. Beaton trying to chop it into the zone. Outlet play by Bellin. Stopped up. Here come Cabot the other way. Quick drive. That one sails past the low stick side of Fitzgerald and into the corner. A battle for it here. Bellin on the backhand bid. Off the wall. Picked up by Pridham, trying to clear it out for Probert, but it's well past him. He goes for a line change. Beaton moves it across. Bucks trying to establish a forecheck here into the corner for Pridham. Pridham gets checked by Murray. Bellin on the point. Moves it across. Myra to Bellin. Bellin a drive. Blocked. Bellin trying to sweep it. He lost the handle of it. Here comes the chance for Poirier. Great defense there by Carter Myra. Number 19. That one off the wall. Stopped up by Gwyn Timothy. He skates in the zone. Gwyn Timothy a drive and a stick save there for Burchill. Beaton on it. Matthew Beaton cycles it off the wall, unable to clear though, as Bailey gains possession. Tries to sweep it in front. Great pressure here by the Buccaneers. Pridham holds on and shoots, deflected wide. High and wide that was. Back on the point, Bailey, another shot. That one stopped in front. Great pressure here by the Bucks. Another shot. Great stick save there again by Burchill. Moved across. Bailey, a shot deflected wide. Pressure. Relentless pressure there on that shift by the Buccaneers. Unable to get it past Hugh Burchill, who stood on his head on that shift. Turning aside multiple opportunities here. The Buccaneers, they look to pull within one again. Looked in the corner. Sullivan trying to get a stick on that. Off the wall. Chopped at there by McHattie. Rolly McHattie moves it ahead. Bailey picks it off on the defense for the Buccaneers. Off the wall. Skating after it. Boyd up against two forecheckers. Back it goes for Bailey. Resetting here for the Bucks. Across to Murphy. Murphy off the glass. Out to neutral ice. Now the Cabot defense with possession off the near side wall. Picked up by Mahoney as he skates in. Mahoney over the line. Knocked off the puck by Phillips. Chasing against Murphy. Murphy stops up. Chopped off the wall. And an offside there. Sullivan was over the line. And the puck caught his skate for an offside call. Curtin, a drive into the zone, dumps it in. A save made there on a long distance drive by Curtin. Face off of the offensive zone for the Buccaneers. Roach on the draw. Get aggressive on it there. There's Boyd behind his own goal. Stopping up. Great forechecking pressure there by the Bucks. Going to force some errors. Both teams with similar strategies on that forecheck. Outlet play up neutral ice. Myra tried to get a stick on that out of midair, but he has to chase it down here on the defensive end. Bellin. Hard outlet off the wall. Finds McClellan. McClellan drops it for Roach. Roach shoots. Save made. Revin trying to bank it again. Look at that. As Tuinard skates after it now against Myra. Tuinard gets past Myra. Down the wing. Tuinard a shot. Save. Rebound chance. Cleared away. As the Buccaneers gain possession. It goes all the way down as Boyle chases it down. That'll be an icing call against the Buccaneers. Doyle on the point, trying to hold the line, unable to do so. Here come the Buccaneers the other way. It's Mumberket down the wing. Mumberket a drive. Stick save and a hard collision with the goalpost there. As a player shaken up on there. That's a tough collision there. Slow to get up. And finally back to his feet there is Isaac McClellan. A hard collision with a goalpost. That's a painful play to make. It looks like one of his arms is a little pained on that one as looks to recover on the bench here. That'll be a healthy bruise tomorrow. As those goalposts don't have much give to them unless you knock the net off in response. Or on the follow through, and he did just that. As quite a bit of force going into that goalpost. And lucky it wasn't a worse injury as Tuinard skates wide. Body checks Murphy on the follow through. A bit of a reverse check there as Jones takes the body behind the goal. Cabot turning off the wall. Landry on the point. Quick drive from distance. Deflected, a save. Rebound chance. Fitzgerald covers it up. As the Highlanders once again aggressive in that blue paint. Giving Fitzgerald a lot to think about. .336 remaining here in the second frame. McClellan on the face-off dot. Morrison won that draw. Probert. Back to the feet off the wall, picked off. Here's a chance in front, and Tuinard unable to take it on the one-timer. Another drive there by Landry goes wide. Boyle on the point. Across to Landry. Landry waits. Drops it down low. Pass in front by Jones, and can't find Tuinard in front. It was hopped over his blade on the follow-through. Lead on the near side wall. Boyle rather, moves it across to Landry. Landry, a hard outlet all the way down. It hit a stick, it looked like. Bailey turns with it now. Hard outlet off the glass down the ice to Probert. Probert turns. Finds his man, and Theo Heropoulos, nice move to the inside, unable to get the shot away. As Boyle retrieves that, finds Beaton. Beaton to Poirier off his stick. Poirier again. To McClellan. Hard outlet off the glass. Picked up here by Roach. Down the wing he goes. Roach to the front of the net. Unable to get a play there was Quinn Timothy as Poirier moves out with it. And he hit the bench of the Buccaneers. And gamesmanship there by Pridham once again. Roach trying to get it on the tie-up there. Dodge spins it into the corner. Boyd trying to make a toe drag move to get it cleared. Curtin on the point. Shoots it from distance on that one wide. In the corner, Roach. Onto the point, Curtin. Moves it across, far side for Dodge. Spins it into the corner. Hard check there on the wall. Spinning it in front, picked off there by the Cabot defense and moved out. And here comes Murray down the wing. Murray. Dodge hounding him. Quick drive by Poirier, blocking aside by Fitzgerald. Murray to Poirier. Poirier chops that in front, a chance, and he can't follow through. Another chance. That one stopped as well. It's still loose. And a play whistled down here. And it's going to be a penalty on the play here. There's Pridham arguing his case here, but he's going to go to the box. It's a cross-checking penalty. Jaden Pridham serving his time for the next 2 minutes. Just 1:32 remaining here in the second. So the Buccaneers just looking to kill off this period, if anything. Off the draw to the point. Moved across. Murray holds on. Back for Landry. Oh, they play in front of McClellan. A drive off the side of the goal. Another play in front. That one's stopped by Fitzgerald, and he covers. Clean win for McClellan on the tie-up. Murray moved into the corner for Jones. Looking to get the cycle going here at Cabot. On to the point, Murray. Murray, a shot from distance, blocked. And a clean exit there. A dump into the zone.
Last minute to play in the second
Good aggressive
period.
forecheck there by Mahoney on the penalty kill. As Landry skates out with it now. Near side for McClellan. Down the wing. And that's going to be an offside call against the Cabot Highlanders. A face-off just outside the Buccaneers zone for this draw as Murray steps up. Up against Gwyn Timothy. Stopped up behind the goal by Fitzgerald. Swoops it for Curtin. Curtin chops at it. Big forecheck here by Cabot onto the point. Oh, at the line. Back down low it goes. Like to set things up. On the power play. Just a minute left to go on the power play. Boyd. Work down low. 25 seconds left to go in the second period as that's moved across again. Boyd. Shot from distance. Save made right on chance. And McCarty unable to corral that as it's cleared down the zone. As it's stopped up here. Pass for Boyd by the goaltender Burchill as it's moved ahead. Gwyn Timothy chops it back into the zone for the Buccaneers. That'll do it here for the second period of play. 3-1 lead for the Cabot Highlanders heading into the third period. Once again, a thank you to all our sponsors who make this stream possible. So a 3-1 lead for the Cabot Highlanders heading into that third period. We're back after this intermission break. And both teams make their way back onto the ice surface for this third period of play. 3-1 lead for the Cabot Highlanders over the Martello Buccaneers to start this third period. And the officials back onto the ice surface to set up the nets. Shots were 33-32 in favor of the Cabot Highlanders, so quite even pace of offensive chances as far as volume towards the nets are concerned on both sides. But a 2-goal advantage in the scoring department for the Cabot Highlanders to start this third period. Teams lining up at center ice for the third period of play. Will Cabot be able to hold on and extend their lead and remain in control in the third, or will the Buccaneers mount a comeback here in the final frame of regulation? Is that one taken off near side, fired down the ice. And then once again, still a power play in effect for Cabot to start this third, so no icing on the play as the Buccaneers clear that. And here comes Havercourt down the wing, dropping it off. Here's a drive, save, rebound chance in front of the net. They score! It's Landry on the rebound. And the leading scorer for the defensive core for the Cabot Highlanders strikes again. And now they have a 3-goal lead here to start the third. Dodge, near side to Mumbercat.
Highlanders' fourth goal, scored by number 88.
Jones, a drive into the corner.
Assisted by number 17, Andrew
Curtin
Jones,
on the backhand.
Time of the goal, 32 seconds.
Taken by Mumbercat, trying to slide it ahead for Roach. Unable to corral that. Modesty. Outlet play all the way down, covered up by Fitzgerald for a stoppage in play. McClellan on the draw, wins it to Modesty. Modesty trying to sweep it ahead. Mumbercat tipped that off of his stick and skates it down there. Almost an intercept there. Play in front for Roach, trying to get a stick on that. Tuinard chops at it. Held at the line by Bailey as he takes a check from Tuinard for good measure. Mumbercat in the corner. On a squeeze past the defense. Murphy trying to hold the line. McClellan. Tuinard skating after it here. Cade Tuinard down the wing. Moves wide, waits, shoots. Save made by Fitzgerald. A rebound chance in front. And the neck knot off the moorings here. And Fitzgerald with a bit of aggression there himself in defending his goal crease. That gets the fans into it here as officials looking to maintain order here on the ice. As aggressive as things have been for both sides in this game, penalties have been not too commonplace in this game, so both teams showing at least a moderate control of the tempers here in this contest. As Bailey off the backboards. Bailey. Oh, a hard check there. Looks like it might be a head contact penalty on the play. Possibly a charge. Not too sure what the call is going to be, but it's going to go against the Cabot Highlanders on that body check as they touch it up. And it looks like it's a knee-on-knee, a clipping penalty here. I'm not sure. My angle must have been bad on it. I thought it was more of a high hit, but it looked to him the official was closer to the play to see what was really going on. And Looks like McCory got a knee-on-knee contact there on that hit, and that was the determining factor on what made the defenseman for the Buccaneers go down on that play. So a clipping penalty against the Cabot Highlanders. It's a chance for a momentum swing once again here in the third as the Bucks go on the power play. And we're just waiting for the scorekeepers to add the penalty onto the board, and there they do it. And looking to change the penalty time to 4 minutes here. And the correction made on the score keeper box as Curtin works it down for Roach. So 4 minutes, double minor on the clock for the Buccaneers. Ideally for them, they get a goal for each of the halves of the double minor and make it a one-goal hockey game here as that's moved out in front, chipped ahead. Curtin has to chase it down here for the Bucks. Behind his own goal, Curtin plays it to Murphy. Murphy down the right wing side. On to the point, Curtin holds on, tries to saucer it ahead. Picked off there by Nodacy, trying to clear it. Gets it out to McClellan, returns with it now for the Buccaneers. Outlet play. Murray. Chopped down the ice. That one moved ahead to Roach. Roach moves it across. Hard check by Jones on the wall as McClellan chips it into the zone for the Buccaneers. Morrison in the corner. Hounded by Landry. Probert on the wall. Holds on, works it down low. Trying to center there, knocked off by Landry. One-handed pass to Probert. Spinning it back into the corner. Cabot looking to keep them to the outside and gain possession here and try to clear the puck. In the corner, Probert centering in front. A great active stick there. Bailey on the point trying to hold the line. That's going to be an offside call. Delayed offside, that is. Cleared down the ice by the Highlanders. And they get a defensive penalty killing unit line change here. Second unit out for the Highlanders in defensive effort here. As that one fired back down the ice for more time killed. We're down to the second half of the double minor. Minute 42 left to kill as Bailey spins it in the corner. Taking a fall there was Krause. Here's McHattie in the corner. Raleigh McHattie. 1-on-2 here, killing some time and doing a great job on the penalty kill as he turns with it. Spinning it into the corner. Great effort there by Raleigh McHattie. That gets an applause from the crowd here in attendance. Move near side to Probert. Probert fires into the zone. Off the wall, fired by Boyd. Back down the ice as Curtin retrieves that for the Buccaneers. They look to reset. Near side wall, Mumbercat. He gets checked, knocked into the linesman there. Trying to clear the puck to Stewart. Mumbercat retrieves that. Roach turns it to the point to Curtin. Moved across. Murphy back to Curtin. Curtin to drive. Save made with the pad by Burchill. Roach to Curtin. There's 38 seconds left to go on the power play. Picked off there by Murray and he fires it down the ice to kill some more time. There's 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage here for the Buccaneers as Cabot looks to kill this off. Here comes Curtin. Weaving his way through, moves wide. Holds on, shoots it in front. A deflection there. And a high. knock it of the air with the shaft of the stick there was Jones. He got it deep. And just 4 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Cabot's going to kill this off. And it's covered by Fitzgerald. They've earned themselves an offensive zone face-off off that penalty kill. And that gets some applause from the crowd. Picked off the draw. Krause skating out 1-on-2. Moves in the middle of the ice on this off wing to the backhand. Shoots it out front. Picked off. Here comes Cabot the other way. It's 2-0. He's got Jones with him. Over the line trying to spin it to Jones. Knocked off the puck. Buccaneers the other way. Looking to skate it out. Here comes Krause down the wing. Krause in front of the net. A chance. And unable to get the shot away. Jones couldn't get a stick on that, and Buccaneers reset near side. Carter Myra dumps into the zone. Closing the wickets there on that dumping was Burchill. Here come Cabot the other way. Block on that saucer pass. As Myra sets it up near side for Sullivan. Picked off by the Cabot defense. Clear back down. Knocked off McCullough, chases it down. 1-on-1 against Myra. McClellan tries to dance on Myra. Myra took the body on him. Hard check on the wall there. Landry holds on to it. He tries to sweep it towards the goal. Stops up. Tries again. Boyle rather. Picks it off. Boyle skating in. Shoots it from distance into the corner as Havercourt goes after it. Tipped ahead. Landry intercepts. Taken by Havercourt. Knocked off by Brittam. Brittam to Myra. Myra off the wall. Picked off by Stewart. Lead pass for Havercourt. Backhand shot. He sailed that past the low glove hand side. And some oohs and ahs in the crowd for that one. A hard hit there by Phillips. As here comes Gwyn Timothy down the wing. Gwyn Timothy a drive. That one blocked by Boyle. Landry trying to center. Stewart on it. He gets checked by Gwyn Timothy. Landry behind the goal, looking to clear it on the left wing side as Phillips tries to make a play. He's knocked to the ice. Pace of play has not let up here in the third. Both teams still going at it 110% here. Here comes Morrison down the left wing side, chipping it into the corner. See his head faked by Mattisty. Off the wall. Bailey fires it back in. Neither team able to get very good sustained zone pressure here throughout the third. Besides the power play opportunity for Buccaneers. A quick drive glove. Save there by Burchill. And the Buccaneers showing a little bit of frustration here at this halfway point of the third as they put quite a few shots, 36 in total up against Burchill, and he's only letting one goal in so far in the game. As far as volume shots to the goal are concerned, they've pretty well equaled Cabot, but unable to get it on the capitalization department as that one blocked in front. Dodge dumps it back into the corner. Morrison on it. Finds Theoharopoulos onto the point. Curtin a drive, blocked and chipped out by Poirier as he skates it down. Poirier in the corner against Dodge. Stops it up. Back for Poirier again. He's got Beaton in front. Poirier spins it in the corner for Beaton. Beaton's got Murray in front. Good forecheck here by the Highlanders. Cabot onto the point. Mattisty back down low on the cycle. Murray behind the goal. Tries against the grain pass to Beaton. Unable to corral that for a shot. Almost caught that goaltender Fitzgerald by surprise on that one. If Beaton was able to get the shot away there, he could have had his second of the game. Near side, Theoharopoulos moves it across. Dodge. Pass near side to Roach. Leading goal scorer for the Buccaneers skates it in. Saucer pass ahead. Knocked off by Boyd. Mattisty Off the backboards to his defensive partner. Lead pass from McCaddy. Raleigh McCaddy dumps it in for Cabot. Skating after it there in the corner. Bellin with a body check there. McCaddy gets pinched off. Looking to center it again. Mumberket trying to hustle it down the wing. Takes McGinnis for a spin there as he stops it up behind the goal. Lead pass ahead, stopped up there, and McCullen taken by Bellin. That's going to be an offside call against the Buccaneers, but 9:21 left to go in the third. Face off on the near side, neutral ice just outside of the Highlanders' defensive end as Mahoney steps up to the draw. Off the tie-up, picked up by Sullivan, unable to get it into the zone as Kraus was offside. Dumped back in, Sullivan puts it into the corner. Murray, far side, McGinnis, unable to get a hold of that. Now come Cabot the other way, Myra. McCaddy trying to get a step on him. Myra handled there in the corner. Great play there. Oh, hard intercept there. Collision just inside the blue line. Neither team letting up here on the pace of play at all, nor the physicality department. That went on well past and well behind Murray there. That goes all the way down. They have to reset as Birchall stops that up for McCullen behind the goal. Here come the Highlanders. Near side picked off by Murphy. Murphy skates in wide. Holds on. Shoots it in front. Blocked by McCullen. Quick drive there is deflected by Beaton. Back into the corner it goes. Murphy. Beaton in the corner. Up against Kraus. Jones shoots it off the wall. Here's a chance the other way. 2-0 skating it down, and a great aggressive play there by Fitzgerald. He has to get back. He's well out of the net. Delayed offside here against Cabot. Near side Murphy. Murphy moves to the inside. Weaves his way through the defense. Holds onto it. Tries a shot from distance. That was blocked by Landry. And that one cleared out of the zone and out of play for a stoppage. One of the fans sends the puck back onto the ice surface. They've already got a spare one. Taken here by Landry, trying to clear. Murphy stops it up. Murphy towards the goal. That went all the way through and wide. Goes all the way down in the dump. Looking to clear here. Bailey for the Buccaneers now. Touch play ahead for Roach. Roach moves ahead. Dances. Knocked off the puck with a physical play there as well. Roach on it again. Lachlan Roach. Back in feet in front. One-time chance for Murphy, and he caught the edge of it, but not enough to get a good velocity towards the goal, and it went wide. Here comes Cabot the other way. It's Phillips skating in. Phillips past Bailey. Shot there, and he sailed that past the glove hand side. Odyssey trying to hold the line. It goes all the way down. It's picked up by Cabot once again. Lead pass ahead for Landry. Landry. Phillips shoots it into the corner. Landry goes off for a line change. Near side for Theoharopoulos. Theoharopoulos dumps it in the corner. Picked up by Boyd now. Boyd trying to chip it past Probert, but that was stopped up. Back in the corner again. That one squirts out to neutral ice. Fired back in by Curtin, just past the blocker side of Birchall. Socked up by Nadisty. Sawyer Nadisty moves it across. Lead pass ahead. Out comes Phillips the other way again. Phillips drops it off. Dancing move by Havercourt, unable to make a play on it though, as it's taken by the Buccaneers defense as Theoharopoulos gets engaged with Phillips there. Theoharopoulos on the near side. Moves in wide. chips it into the corner. Beaton drops it off. Cabot looking to clear off the wall for Poirier. Bellin intercepts. Bellin dumps it in the corner. Noticey after it gets Probert. Centering pass in front. Here's the chance. And picked off there by Poirier. Another chance for the point, and that one blocked in front. During the 5-minute remaining mark here in the third. Carter Myra chases it down on defense here for the Buccaneers. Trying to slide it ahead. And Murray looking to intercept that. Off the wall, Myra again. Picked off there by Poirier. Poirier behind the goal. Shoots it. And he sent that off the blocker on the sharp angle drive. Murray on the point. Chops it into the corner for Beaton. Beaton one shot. Murray another shot. That one off the side of the goal as Roach clears. Finds McClellan. McClellan skates in. Tries to find Mumbercat. Unable to get it all the way through to him though. Mumbercat finds it again. Trying to sweep it out front. Blocked by Beaton as he looks to clear. Off the wall, Murphy trying to hold the line. That one whistled down the offside for stoppage to play. So time running down here for the Martello Buccaneers. They're down by 3 here and only 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the final period of regulation. Off the draw, taken here and moved across to Bailey. Bailey dumps it in for the Buccaneers. They'll watch for Fitzgerald in that goal if they try to pull the goalie at some stage here in the next 2 minutes or so. And some extracurriculars here after the whistle. Gamesmanship always on the display for these 2-game homestands, as by that second game of the weekend, both teams are really going to feel a certain kind of venom towards each other. Off the draw. Humbercat trying to get a stick on that. Hard check there. Murphy clears it into the ceiling beam once again for stoppage in play. Off the draw, Dodge gains possession, moves it across. Gets it back off his skate, he has to chase it down here. As he works behind his own goal. Drops it off. Aggressive forecheck here by Cabot, looking to get some mistakes out of the defensive core here for the Buccaneers. Near side wall, Landry picks it off and dumps it back in. McCaddy chasing it down the forecheck. Mahoney behind his own goal. Skating wide. It's knocked off the puck there. A good healthy check by McCory. Near side Dodge. Dodge fires it, picked off by Landry. He dumps it into the corner. Curtin in the corner against Raleigh McCaddy. Buccaneers looking to reset. Curtin off the wall. Finds Dodge. Dodge back to Curtin. Once again, that aggressive forecheck of the Cabot Highlanders on display. As that one dumped in the corner and icing call against the Buccaneers, unable to get the line change. But it's going to be a compromised play as we're going to have a center ice face-off. Chipped into the corner. Jones skates after it. Off the wall, picked up by the Buccaneers. Quick drive towards the goal. That's stopped in front of rebound chance. Save made, rebound chance. That clears through the blue paint and wide. Off the wall, Myra on the point. Sweeps it across. There's a chance in front. Myra has to skate it down to neutral ice and reset here for the Buccaneers. Carter Myra back in and knocked off there by Jones. Here come the Bucks the other way. Nice move to the inside. Shot towards the goal. They score! It found its way through. And looks like there's a... It looks like there's some controversy on the goal here as did the puck go in through the goalpost area underneath the goalpost, so the net was off the moorings on the play. We'll find out shortly here. Looks like the goal has been waved off here. So no goal on the play. It's still 4-1 as they reset for this faceoff. On the draw, shot from the point by Myra. Knocked off. Here comes McCaddy down the wing. Rolly McCaddy. Pass the front shot. That goes wide. Off the wall. Hard check there by Jones. Worked in the corner. Myra on it. Myra sweeps it in the corner. Down it goes. Boyd chasing it down. Off the wall. Picked up by Boyd again. Off the wall out to the zone. Here comes McCullen down the wing. Trying to make a move and knocked off the puck. Buccaneers skating it out. Down to a minute 20 remaining here in the third. 4-1 remains to score for the Cabot Highlanders. That one iced by Cabot. There's got to be some frustration in the minds of the Buccaneers as they put 42 shots on goal throughout this game. And Hugh Burchell, number 30 in goal for the Highlanders, has stopped 41 shots so far in this game. On the point, Murphy a drive. That one sailed wide. Another shot towards goal. Save made, rebound, chance in front. It's cleared. Still loose. The shot goes wide again. Looking to bank it in front. Chaos here in the Cabot zone. Fitzgerald still in the goal for the Buccaneers. Murphy on it. Holds onto it. Moves it across. Bailey trying to shovel towards the goal. Phillips blocked that. 40 seconds to play. Cleared down the ice. Here's a chance. Havercourt on a breakaway. He scores. That'll certainly ice the game for the Cabot Highlanders. A quick ripper 5-hole on Fitzgerald. And it's a 5-1 lead for the Cabot Highlanders here at the Almagetta Sports Center. Victory a formality at this point. With 32 seconds remaining. The Highlanders set their sights on getting a good night's rest after this game, as they got to get up early tomorrow for the second face-off against the Buccaneers for the Sunday matchup at 10:30 a.m. as Poirier skates it in. Poirier moving wide shot. He sailed that past the glove-hand side. Stopped up on the far side. Beaton holds on. Hard check on Beaton by McClellan. Right behind the goal. And time winds down. That'll do it. The Cabot Highlanders with a healthy spread for this victory as they win it by a total of 5-1, a 4-goal spread for the Cabot Highlanders here at the Almagetta Sports Center. So make sure to tune in once again, folks, for tomorrow morning's game at 10:30 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time as the Highlanders face off once again against the Buccaneers. The second game of this two-game homestand. This has been Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports, thanking you all for tuning into this contest, and we'll see you tomorrow morning in the second game.